What's up, everybody? It's your boy Hvacroddy here. Earlier in the week, just want to say thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for weekly content. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Hvacroddy back with another video. I just figured, just have a little quick chit chat with you guys, going over some things I thought about. One thing I thought about was the 5 things I wish I knew before being an HVAC technician. There's not nothing bad. It's just something I just wish I knew ahead of times before I got started with it. So that's really all with it. So we got it's not, and they're also not coming in a particular order. Number 5 is the expenses. When it comes to being an HVAC technician, you are gonna have to spend money. I know at the beginning I definitely had to spend a quite amount. I mean, probably over the first 2 weeks, I probably spent about $600, close to that range, just in about 2 or 3 weeks of just buying tools and equipment and lights and bags and stuff like that, that I just wish I knew in advance. I probably would have had money saved, and I probably would have just moved it over to that and just used it for that and be like, all right, at least I have money saved, and, I can build up. But, it just hit me like randomly. I'm like, I need to buy this. I have to buy this. And don't get me wrong, at school, they gave me a tool list. But usually on that tool list, it's really vague. Just not for residential. It's more of tools list for commercial and industrial stuff too. So it's kind of stuff that's like, when you first look at it, like, I'm not buying all this stuff. So you don't buy it. And then right when you get into the field, you realize probably about a couple of those tools you wish you bought in advance. So it's just something I wish I had in advance was money for tools, basically. Number 4 is responsibilities. You get a lot of responsibilities. I didn't realize how many responsibilities I was going to get when I first entered the field. I know with responsibilities, you have to take care of your van, you got to take care of the unit, you have to take care of the tools. The van and tools I'm okay with, or the unit was something I had to get used to. With the unit, it always goes to last. You were the last one to touch it, so you're the last one that's going to take responsibility for it. No matter what happened before you or what's going on, it's always going to be your problem. Once you touch that unit, it's your unit. It's kind of like your child, and you have to take care of your child. So if something goes wrong with it 3 months afterwards, it's your problem. Something goes wrong with it 6 months afterwards, it's your problem. A year from now, if you work on it, it's your problem. As long as you're the last one to touch it, you are the responsible for it, that you must take care of it always. That's why you always double check. You always check other things to just make sure not just that problem you fixed was wrong, more of everything around it. This unit itself was right, so you don't have to ever come back and fix something else on it. With the tools wise, I know starting out, I used to lose a lot of tools, and leave a comment in the comment section of how many tools you think you lost over your years of doing this. I know for me personally, I probably lost about 50 tools already. It's crazy how many tools I use. It sucks too, because once you lose a tool, you have to buy a tool. So it kind of goes hand in hand with the expenses wise, to where you have to basically buy new tools just because you lost the old one. I know at my first couple of months, I was losing tools left and right. I mean, I'll go to a house and be like, where's my channel locks at? Man, I haven't used my channel locks in probably about 2 weeks. Who knows where that could be at? Or a flashlight. When last time I used my flashlight? Last time it was in a crawl space, and that was probably a week ago, in like Athens. So it's like, be more responsible with that. And then also your van, you gotta take care of your van. Make sure it's clean. Make sure it's washed. Just making sure its overall presentation is good. Because if something goes wrong, they're gonna blame you, and hopefully whoever is wrong with it, they don't think it's your fault to make you pay for it, or they just think, all right, it just happens, and we'll help you out this time. But if you start adding up like crazy damages to your van, and they start realizing like, man, this guy is just terrible, they will get mad and make you pay for it. I have seen some people who have to pay for certain stuff, but they work vans, so it's you're responsible for that. That's just up to, I didn't really know I was gonna be responsible for when I first started. It was all these different things. Number 3 is everybody's favorite, customers. I didn't understand I was going to interact with customers this much as I do, especially around the virus. It's crazy how much I interact with people, even though you ain't supposed to interact with people, but it comes with the job. So I imagine even when this pandemic leaves, it's going to get even crazier how personal and up close they get to you. But is this something you have to be aware of? I know dealing with customers, you have to learn how to talk to them and how to explain certain things that I had no idea of before I became a technician. I just thought you just give them a sheet of stuff that's wrong, you just walk on out, and they want to fix, they'll ask you to fix it. If they don't, you just don't come back. But no, actually you have to explain, sit down with them sometimes and show them what's going on, because certain customers just don't want to take whatever you're saying. The customers that make up a whole bunch of different excuses or this bunch of things to contradict whatever you're saying, and making you look like you don't know what you're doing, even though you're the one they call to help. So it's something like that you have to be aware of. Customers just don't really want to cooperate most of the times, but a lot of times they do. You get a customer that you tell them, hey, your capacitors are bad, it's gonna cost this much to fix, and they'll be like, all right, I'll do it, thanks, man, I just need to get this fixed. But then you also have customers that be like, whoa, I'm not paying for that, that's too much. How much it costs on Amazon to get? I can do it myself, you mind showing me how to do it? And it's just a whole bunch of stuff like that I'm just not prepared for. Number 2 is time. Not just time, but time management, of course. Working in the field, I realized, longer you spend at a house, usually longer your day is, which is, bad, but, sometimes you need to do certain stuff. Certain things you need to double check, certain things you need to triple check. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just something to be aware of that I didn't know about coming in the field. I thought, you come in the field, something gets broke, you fix it, boom, you're done, next house. To where now is in the field, it's more of something's broke, you fix it, you have to make sure it's fixed, and then not only make sure it's fixed, but make sure everything else with the unit is fixed also. So it's kind of like you're doing way more than what you thought you was going to be doing at the house. I always think of that when I first enter a house. I always think, all right, you got something going on with the unit, but I'm pretty sure who knows what's going on with it. So I'm prepared to stay, even though it's a capacitor change out probably takes 20 minutes at most. I know personally I'm probably going to be here longer than 20 minutes to make sure everything is okay with your unit. So you just got to be prepared for that. Also, the times you take to relax or eat, even though, to be honest with you, I never really got a break. I mean, when it comes to lunch breaks, I know for me personally, I probably haven't had a lunch break in like 2 months, 3 months. I can't remember think about the last time I had a lunch break, but it's just something you just have to be aware of. I'll love a lunch break, but you just don't get one. I mean, longer you take, like I said, longer you take with the houses, the longer you work. And who wants to work all day? Not me. So it's more of a time thing. So sometimes you have to learn to skip lunch, or you just have to learn to eat on the go, eat while you're driving, make a sandwich and just carry it around with you. Even sometimes you don't even have time to eat your sandwich when you go into the next. Sometimes the house is like 10 minutes away and you got a sandwich and you're like, man, I can't eat my sandwich in 10 minutes because you're rushing it. And, you're rushing to eat and you're not even enjoying it. So it's something like that. Or you're just so busy, you're not even realizing that you haven't ate. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I'll wake up and make a sandwich to take to work, and I'll probably realize it's time to eat, and it's like 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. And I'm like, what the heck? What? I'm not even hungry. Like, it's like I'm about to be off. I might as well just grab dinner. It's ridiculous, but it's something you have to be aware of that I wasn't aware of. It's time for sure. And number 1 is income difference with seasonal, fall and spring, seasonal income like that with the summer and winter. Coming to the field, I thought you were just gonna make the certain amount of money and you'll be good for the rest of the time you're at the company, and it went completely different. I know coming from me, I started making a lot of money, and I'm like, man, this is great. I was about to just move out, buy me a mansion in California, and just tell everybody to call my assistant if they need me. But I started realizing the amounts I was getting paid started to drop. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know. I'm like, why am I starting to not make that much money? And then I realized, oh, I'm working way less than I did during the summer. And I realized that, and I started thinking, wow, I'm not really making as much as I used to make. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you're going to be making a large amount of money and you're going to get crazy with the paychecks. And then once it boom hits August, you're basically making chump change. It's not that. It's this amount to where you'll realize there's a difference. You definitely will see the difference. And with that, I just wish I knew before, how to manage my money to be prepared for it. Because like I said, it takes you off guard, especially if you're not aware of it, which like myself, I wasn't aware of it. I'm like, dang, man, it's like I was getting paid so good during the summer, but now it's like, it's good, but it's not what you're used to. And you kind of get a thrill. It's kind of like I don't know if for me, but it was personally like a thrill for me. I'm like, hey, boom, another check. Woo, man, crazy money. Next check, man, this is awesome. I just topped last week. I just made a couple more hundreds from last week. Man, and it just goes higher and higher. Of course, hotter it gets, higher the money gets. But of course, it's not gonna stay hot for all year, depending on where you're located at, of course. But most likely, in the country, you're gonna have cold months. So instead of it being crazy high like that, you're gonna just instantly just go from a high and just drop. Now, it's not going to be like an instant drop. You're not going to just go from the amount and just one check and boom. It's going to be a period. That's what I'm saying. It took me a while to understand this. It probably took me till about September to where I'm like, all right, my check back in June or July is a big difference from now. But during that time period, I didn't realize it. You don't realize it dropping until like you're just in October or in November. So it took me really by surprise. And I just wish I knew before then to not get my hopes up thinking I'm about to become a millionaire and I can just stun on all my haters and just move out and just flex on everybody. So that's something I really, really wish I knew. So that's basically it for the video, guys. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, continue with weekly content every Thursday. I remember last week, I was like, man, I have no videos for Thursday. I thought it was Thanksgiving. I'm like, man, I'm taking a week off, but we don't take weeks off. We don't take days off when it comes to this YouTube life. So I just record a vlog. Make sure you guys check that out. I'll show, what I do on my off day on Thanksgiving. Show you guys my girlfriend. Everything else basically that I do when I'm not in my jacket and hat. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you liked the video. And see you next time. Peace.